because I'm so short, I have this complex where I believe that I'm like
You're tall.
6 tall.
Yeah.
Six
How tall are you, by the way?
You're 6 tall.
I'm 6 tall. All right, well, welcome to the Observerz Corner with AVA LOCKNAR, our first female guest.
Welcome.
Absolutely love this woman. She is an angel, and the camera was on you guys the whole time, but I think that's good because you're our guest.
Yes.
AVA LOCKNAR.
Thanks for
welcome
having
to
me.
the Observerz Corner. Thank you for coming. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, good to have you here.
Special.
I'm so happy to be here.
You're here.
That's awesome.
This is the one and only podcast I've ever consistently listened to. That's a fun
Oh,
fact.
thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We really
appreciate that.
That's a big compliment coming from you because I know you don't waste your time.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right?
That's very true.
You would never waste your time.
It's a precious commodity, man.
It is. It is a precious
Can't
commodity.
ever waste it.
You can't waste
Well,
it.
we appreciate that. I really
We're
really
getting
appreciate
started.
that.
It's interesting when you're pumping out like a bunch of content to like 40 followers. You know?
I mean, you gotta start
You gotta
somewhere.
start somewhere.
There we go.
You gotta start somewhere.
Soon enough.
Rome
y'all
wasn't
will-
built in a day, right?
There you go.
It wasn't.
There you
That
go.
would be impressive though, eh? If it was built in a day. It fell pretty quickly. Right? I mean, I don't know. But Ava, come on, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? And what do you do? And why are you so, blessed?
Awesome.
And
Oh
awesome,
my
yeah.
gosh, I'm gonna come here every day. All right, where to begin? I was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Mom is in the country music business, had a stay-at-home dad who had a background in acting, so my world is just filled with arts and artists.
Isn't it amazing?
It's amazing.
I think for those of you that don't know out there, Wes knows obviously he's been to one of our shows, but Ava's part of the Reckless Few, which is a theater company we started after graduating from acting school.
Mm-hmm. Follow us on Instagram, RecklessFew.NYC.
Reckless Few NYC. I mean, you're so fun to work with.
Oh, you're so fun to work with. Thanks.
It's really cool. Do you ever wish that you didn't start singing? How crazy of a question is that?
Didn't start singing?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I've been singing and tap dancing since I came out of the womb. Seriously though, I don't know life without it. As I'm sure, you guys have passions that you're like, oh, I couldn't imagine life without. Insert answer.
Insert answer. Yeah. I mean, acting for me and hockey and shit like that. I mean, I don't know. I guess creative things in general. Wes, you can relate with that, right?
For me, I don't know if I can survive without fashion anymore.
Wow, that's a heavy statement. No,
it is. But then think about it, fashion is
that's
getting
how much it means to you.
Yeah, fashion is getting to a way that people just don't really call anything fashion.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because you can kind of wear it's. Well, we were talking about this earlier. It's like New York. You see crazy outfits all the time.
Yeah, so. You don't even care.
People don't even care.
No.
People don't even care.
It is interesting though. I was just having a conversation with a friend about different outfits in the different, first of all, boroughs, but in the different areas of Manhattan. Something that's being worn on the streets of Soho is gonna make an Upper West Side 75-year-old woman
cringe.
Turn her head.
Yeah. What is he wearing?
I was literally last night. I met my girlfriend's parents for the first time. And I was going to the Upper East Side to eat at some Italian restaurant, and I was wearing Balmain sneakers and baggy Levi's and an American flag T-shirt, and I was sitting there, and Jesse kept going "No, you can wear it, it's fine," and then I was like, "Wait, no, your stepdad's a lawyer, and your mom is super classy. I'm gonna go home and fucking put on a fucking turtleneck and some slacks, But it's right. The different boroughs are crazy. That way. And
we live in a different time, so because fashion changes so much that now, even to the big hedge funds guy. Before, if you're not in a suit, now they don't even wear suits anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it was interesting.
Jeans, sneakers, and a T-shirt.
They were, bringing their suits back.
They were trying to bring that back, but fashion thing is recyclable.
Mm-hmm.
That's why for me, I used to do a lot of logo stuff. Now I hardly do logo stuff.
Yeah. Just
because you can recycle it.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it back.
Yeah, people don't know.
And people don't know.
That's the best part. That's the best part. Ava, you work at Lululemon.
I do work at Lululemon.
I love that. It makes me so happy.
Love Lululemon.
I love Lululemon. A lot of people don't.
Actually, I haven't had anything from Lululemon.
You know,
I haven't really. No.
it's
I
just
haven't.
it's good. It's good.
It's
workout.
good quality.
It's good quality, and
No, I'm not knocking it.
No.
I just never
just never had it.
I never had it.
They've come out with some good pieces recently. Like, not gonna lie, they have something called On the Move, which is like their streetwear.
Okay.
There's some cool things.
I actually like the pants you had.
The pants, the black ones.
No, you had
Oh,
some.
the orange ones. The orange pants.
The orange pants, and there's another one too. I
Okay.
think it's a light gray you had from Lululemon.
Yeah, I do. They're like a sweatpant though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually like those.
They're good. And then everyone raves about the ABC pant.
The ABC pants.
Plenty of room in the crotch.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Tell
man.
us more.
It means there's room in the
ABC.
crotch.
No. I don't know what ABC pants mean.
Anti-ball crushing.
Anti-ball crushing pants.
I didn't know.
So the first
Is
time
that actually what it is?
that's what it stands for. And the first
I
time,
didn't know that.
the first time
I didn't even know that.
I heard about this, my mom's writing partner Gary, she was like talking to him about his pants, and he goes, "They're ABCs from Lululemon." And she's like, "What is that?" He goes, "Anti-ball crushing." And she's like, "I didn't realize this was such a big issue."
thing.
Guys
Huge.
love them. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Anti-ball crushing pants.
There you go.
Talk about marketing.
Who knew I would
knew?
be on a podcast talking
Talking
about
about
anti-ball
ball
crushing pants?
Oh my god.
What, you know what the big kicker is? I want to know how you guys know each other. Like how was that like that
Wow.
interaction?
That's
How
a good
was
question.
Yeah. I mean,
when you first met each other? Like what was that interaction like?
when we first met each other at I'm pretty sure your Halloween party at your house.
Yeah, I mean, like we had said, "Hi, my name is in
because
school."
we were both at William Esper Studio.
Oh, yeah, so
We
you
did
guys
the,
both were there.
Hi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hosted like a Super Bowl party or
something Or like
in
the
2020,
Emmys.
right before.
Or,
yeah,
no,
the Grammys.
The Grammys.
That's what it was.
The Grammys.
And Henry.
Yeah, this is actually I forgot about this.
This is great.
No.
This is how I remembered Henry
Exposed.
because our school kind of shut down for the pandemic, so I didn't see him, and then like
They
we became
refused
friends
to do
later
online
on.
classes.
Yeah,
so
refused to
we
do online classes. But Henry shows up to my apartment. I'm like, oh, this guy from school. Okay, and he comes with a girl on his arm.
Yeah.
And later on in the night, I'm sitting on my couch in my apartment talking to this girl, and I'm like, wait, so how do you know Henry? And she goes, well, I was on the subway today, and he just came up to me and was like, hey, do you want to hang out later? And this girl was in my house.
Oh, and so it's some random chick you just pick up from the subway. You brought her to somebody else's house that you hardly knew.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some crazy shit. That probably, honestly,
Lovely lady,
a couple
super
years
nice,
ago,
Yeah, so
I would have probably done the same thing.
like before you were like married. Had
Yeah,
a
before I was
family
married, I
and
probably would have
everything,
done the same thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I've done that.
Probably
before.
done that. Yeah, that's
I've
what I
done
was
that
gonna say.
it's a New York night, but
It's
that's
a-
how I remembered Henry.
Yeah.
And then we came back to school, and
That's crazy.
he and I were in the full-time program with the other members of the Reckless Few,
Yeah.
and we
Oh,
all
nice.
just started becoming really
Started
close.
becoming close. I got out of a relationship and I started to get closer to everyone as well, which was that's when we really started become friends.
Yeah, we figured out we lived 2 blocks from each other, and it turned into a lifelong episode of Friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come and hang out. Let's go to this coffee shop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tweedledee and
exactly.
Tweedledum
What are you
at
doing?
the bar.
Yeah.
You just need like a 4th member now.
Yeah.
You
Wes,
Seinfeld.
we brought you
Thank
here
you,
today
Seinfeld.
to ask you.
we brought you here today.
I can't hang out as much. I can't go to the coffee shop as much.
No, yeah. We have our like neighborhood bar as well. DJ Reynolds, huge shout out to
Potty and Vinny.
Legends.
The greatest.
They really are the greatest.
But yeah.
But yeah, and
cool.
so it just kind of grew, and then everyone in the Reckless Few became closer, and and then we were out there making art together in the real world once we were fully trained.
Oh, by the way, I usually enjoy your Instagram.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, Ava's
I-
Oh,
Instagram.
my
Ah.
Instagram?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Oh, no way.
That's all the singing and stuff.
Yeah,
Ava
singing.
sings at I'm gonna do another shout out here. Birdland Jazz Club Monday night cast party with Jim Caruso.
There you go.
Ava Locknar, Jim Caruso cast party.
Jim
Monday
Caruso's
nights,
cast party.
9:30.
Yeah.
It's legendary. But Ava always sings at cast party. Not always, but
Yeah,
you know,
pretty
as
frequently.
much as possible.
I've been going there since I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
And you know what the funny thing about it? I never used to
little
sing.
Jew who loved Christmas.
And I remember when you add me on Instagram, I think I add you or you add me on Instagram. One of the two, I can't remember.
I think I added you.
And then I'm like,
Who is this?
and then I'm going through it. I'm going through the stories, and then she popped up singing. I'm like, wow, I didn't know she sings.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does.
And then I came back the next day. So I was like, I didn't know if it sing. He's like, yeah, she sings, bro.
And she belts.
Yeah, she sings.
I see. I'm not gonna ask you one because
That's
I want to preserve my eardrums.
Yeah, my voice. Excuse me.
Do you need water? I can get you water. Do you need anything?
Thank you, darling. I'm fine. No, but it is kind of crazy. Like when we went to Esper, it's just like a straight acting studio, and nobody knew that I sang because I was like, I'm just gonna go there and learn how to act because I can sing, and then
Hell yeah.
I
And you didn't go to college. That was your.
No, I didn't go to college. No.
Hell yeah.
Moved to New York 2 months after I graduated high school, and was just like, here we
Wow.
go, acting school.
Isn't that cool?
That's
cool.
true.
I love that.
Let me ask you a question. Let's go back to a couple episodes that we had. Moving to New York. What was your game plan?
Well, I'm
Like your sorry, not to cut you. Your steps you take,
yeah.
and then when you get here, how you execute your steps.
Yeah, so I grew up coming here a lot because my mom was like born here and moved back in her 20s, and it's just kind of like rite of passage. My sister already lived here, so once I knew where I was going to study, which was Esper, I was just like, okay, timeline. I've said enough goodbyes to my friends in Nashville, I'm just leaving. So then I moved to New York, moved into a family apartment.
Ooh,
my family's
very
apartment.
lucky, very fortunate.
Very fortunate. Don't take it for granted.
Never.
And then immediately just like started auditioning whenever I could and started going to classes. And since it was a full-time program, it was as if I was in college, but then it was just kind of like, let's see.
Yeah, full-time program, you're there like 50 to 60 hours a week. It's gnarly.
Crazy.
Absolutely intense.
In a kind of way, that's dedication anyway.
Absolutely.
You had a plan. You executed. You came to New York. You're like, you know what? I want to focus on acting. Let me jump into the hardest one, the best one, and you put time and work into that craft, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of good.
Yeah.
You gotta. I mean, you gotta. I think it's so important to get trained. You don't realize it when you're starting off, and a lot of the time in the industry, people want you to move fast if you have representation or things like that. They can be hesitant to sign someone who hasn't been trained, and or even if I didn't even tell my representation that I was in the full-time program.
Oh shit!
I was just I was getting my auditions in, but I was doing them at 10:30 at night instead of 2 p.m. in the afternoon or something.
You'd be fresh off of I played a monkey in class today. Like I was a giraffe.
Yeah,
like those kinds of movement classes.
Those kind of movement classes, and then you go home and you're like doing an audition. But I mean, they knew I was taking classes, but they didn't know to the extent
of
I
the
was taking
classes.
So when I told them, they were pretty stoked. They were like, "That's cool, man."
Does Wes know the story of how you got to Esper? Have you ever told this? Have you told it on?
Yeah, I think you told me how you start acting.
Yeah,
basically.
like I was living in Buffalo with my buddies. We were on the sales team. I was playing for the Junior Sabres. I was on a sales team, and we were selling data archiving software, and we were enterprise.
I can't even picture you selling data.
I know, right?
I can't even,
It was crazy. I was like 19, 18. It was fun though. It was cool and like a great experience. Learned a lot. But anyway, I was living with the sales team, and they're legends now. They've started their own company actually. It's called One of None Marketplace down in Nashville, Tennessee. Actually, yeah.
Shout out to Tennessee.
Shout out Tennessee, and so, but yeah. Anyway,
Why not? We'll get to that another time.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, no. So we'd watch movies every night, and every now and then I would be like, I could do it better. And then eventually they were like, Henry, fuck off. Find something. And I got to be on, I got the body double for Mark Ruffalo, and the casting director sent me to an agent in New York, and then the director, Derek C. in France, was like, if you're serious about acting, study like the craft. And I bought the Esper book and ended up at Esper. It was hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
And Esper's dope. I mean, come on. They take you if you've never acted before. It's awesome.
Yeah, everybody starts from square one.
Yeah, because it's a square one program. You got to start at square one.
Yeah.
That's why some people hate it.
True. Have you ever taken an acting class, Wes?
Not really.
I think that would be cool for you to do an acting class. It would be funny.
I do too.
You wouldn't want to do it at Esper because that's a 2-year commitment. But like something random, just like
6 weeks
6 weeks
for like 2 hours once a week. Maybe,
I don't know,
maybe
maybe.
3.
maybe. Just
I
like
think-
oh shit.
Our friend Carrie Ann Wallace, shout out Carrie
Oh,
Ann.
miss her.
Oh yeah,
love her.
carry on. Wagga
Oh,
wagga.
Yeah. Wagga wagga.
Wagga wagga.
Wagga. Shout out to Wagga Wagga.
Every time you meet someone on the street from Australia.
Do you know
and
Wagga
tell
Wagga?
them- Yeah, they're like, why the fuck would you live
Why
there?
would you know that? Every time.
Or they're
But-
surprised. You know about Wagga Wagga?
Yeah, they're like rattled, absolutely
Wow.
rattled.
And every
How?
single one of them know about it. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was just like an itty bitty place,
No.
but just
People-
a laugh.
People are like,
No, but when she told me the name, I was like, she's
There's
just
no
fucking,
way.
with me.
she's
There's
fucking.
no
well, the
way.
cool people call it Wagga. There's no,
Mhm.
you don't say it twice.
She
That's
was, I was
kind
like,
of a
you
thing.
messing
From
with me?
Wagga.
She's like, no, really. And then she was like, watch this.
Yeah.
And she, I was
Google
like,
Maps.
shit.
Google Maps, zoom in.
But what I was
Practically
gonna say
out
is
back.
that she was the one who opened my eyes to the fact that everybody should take an acting class at
Yeah, that's
least
what I think
once.
it's good for the soul.
It's good. You discover at least one thing about yourself.
Mm.
Even if you're only in there for 5 minutes, you'll see like your ego couldn't take it, or yes, I do relate to that really sad thing that she just used as an example. Like,
And yeah, it's
good.
interesting. A lot
It's
of
good.
crying. I didn't cry in movies when I watched movies until I went to acting school.
and
Yeah,
now
I
you just
watched
can't
movies.
stop.
I've watched movie and cried about movies before.
Yeah.
It like certain movie types. Like first one of my favorite movies that I've cried. Patch Adams.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know what that is.
Holy shit.
You don't know.
Add
Yeah,
it
you
to
don't-
the
you
list.
don't know, add it to the list.
Dude,
I love
dude,
Patch Adams. That's pretty.
Patch Adams, bro. That's with Robin Williams.
Oh, it's gonna
Oh.
be amazing. God,
It was
Robin
funny.
Williams.
It was funny. It was like heartbroken. It was like a movie
shit.
that bring tears to my eyes, man.
Tears to the eyes. My food's here. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna leave the camera on you guys for a couple moments.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, but it was one of my favorite movies too as well. And then you get like musical movies like I like oh my god like Purple Rain.
Yeah.
That was good. The Van Trapp Family.
Oh my God, The Sound of Music.
Sound of Music. I
Wes.
love that movie.
My heart. Have you ever seen Singing in the Rain
Singing in the Rain. Probably have. Give me a little.
with Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds, and
I've seen so much movies, man.
he
Oh my
tap
God.
dances in the rain.
Yes,
He
I've seen that.
sings in the rain.
Yeah, and then
Sings in
another,
the rain. I'm back. Sorry.
and like
about
one of my
that.
classic movies too was like Casablanca.
Oh, we love Casablanca.
Oh.
That's a cool club in New York.
That
if
is
you
a
ask
cool
me.
club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There is a club called Casablanca,
yeah.
What do you mean? Paul's Casablanca.
huh?
Paul, there's like
Wait.
Baby Granada and Casablanca.
That's like Fabrizio. I'm pretty sure Fabrizio works the door there.
Oh, now so
Don't give away
Paul's.
the secrets.
huh? Yeah.
Paul's.
When I was out and stuff like that, it wasn't like Casablanca. Bro, I haven't been in the streets for a minute. Like
Yeah, true.
yeah,
I guess
I've been
that's
doing
fair.
that, bro. Those days are gone for me,
Those
bro.
days are gone. That's all right,
I'll go out and have fun, but that's it, bro. I'm not trying to bounce like before. Like back in the days, I used to bounce from club to clubs.
Oh, that
Now
takes a
I'm
lot
good
of
at it.
effort at
Yeah,
night.
bro.
I just,
You
I
start.
went to this place last night called Canaries or something. It's on like Delancey Island, tiny little spot, and like they only play like old school tunes, which was like really nice, a really nice switch up, you know.
Yeah.
Because I was at Public on Thursday night, and it was like didn't it? And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna jump out of the window.
Yeah.
And it was refreshing. Some disco, some ABBA.
Yeah, but
Oh.
the club scene in New York is like, for me, like the club scene in New York City, like it's not the way it used to be before. Definitely
Why?
not. Like,
Why?
bro,
Tell
it's-
Ava, enlighten Ava and I about that, because
It's
like I think I have an
completely
idea of why.
different.
But, like,
Tell us, Sensei.
You
Yes,
have
it is.
you have people like, for instance, like when you're a promoter, you promote. You send that group text. You have to send, and sometimes you send a group text, it doesn't work. Because
like no
people
one goes out that night. You mean?
No. You send a group text, people don't feel special enough to come out.
Oh
It's like,
yeah,
if you have to shoot
you gotta
me a
take your time. You gotta take your
yeah,
time.
if
there.
you shoot me a mass text, I'm not trying to come.
Yeah, it's like why I'm not. Why
No,
would you?
you have to like text every person individually
Yeah, and
and invite
spread
them
the love.
individually. So imagine you texting 300 people. hi, how are you? How's your day? You have to remember by name, text by name.
You gotta save all those numbers.
Yeah, by name. You have to text everyone. Hey, if you want to invite Kelly out, Kelly, how you doing? Hey, this is Wes. We're doing this party tonight at this place. Why don't you come by? We'd love to have you come by and stuff like that.
You gotta personalize it.
You gotta personalize it.
It was so fun the last time I saw you here. We'd love to have you out again.
Yeah, so imagine you have 300. You have to do 300 text messages like that, and then out of that 300, you probably have like 10 people show up.
Mm-hmm. And then, but okay, so out of like, why is that different than it is nowadays?
So nowadays, like people just, and when you go out, okay, back in this, when you go out, you have fun, you enjoy yourself. Nowadays, people when they go out, they're on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
They're on Instagram. They're posting stuff. Oh, we in a club. Mm-hmm. We're having fun. Or we're drinking this. We're doing that. And then number one for the club, going into the clubs now. It's completely different, man.
Yeah, it is different. We talked about that on our dating episode, Ava. Like,
I listened.
Oh, you listened to the dating episode? Oh, yes, I'm sure you did. A highly intellectual conversation about dating. But no, like you go to the bar and there's groups of people that are just on their phones. It's like, ugh, give me a break.
And with the club scene, nobody's dancing. It's like, what the heck? My
Dancing's
friend and I
that's what I got to do last night. I got to dance.
Yes. My friend and I went to La Esquina a couple weeks back because
La Esquina. Shout out to La Esquina.
Yeah.
Shout out to La Esquina. Shout out to all the homies that work there.
Yeah, it was like, I love that place, and nobody was dancing. So we go up to the DJ and we're like, throw on Bad Bunny and like start this circle, just the two of us, like me, tall, lanky Jewish white girl, and her, like my Costa Rican queen, and everybody all of a sudden is throwing ass and having a good time. And it's like, it just takes so long.
For me, I never used to dance. I wasn't a dance person.
But
I still have fun. If you heard good, like
you're still vibing though.
You still vibe out,
yeah.
Especially like when I've had stuff like when people say that how I've seen Travis Scott, like for instance, like Travis Scott first club performance.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
I'm talking like on top of security guard's shoulder, doing nonchalant.
Yeah.
Going crazy. Like the whole club is like crazy.
That's basement One Oak.
No, it was not even the basement in One Oak, bro. It was first floor One Oak.
Oh,
going crazy, bro.
Wow.
Crazy.
That place was fun.
But
have
it's
you
definitely
been there before?
I have. I snuck a group of friends when I was 19 years old into One Oak because I just confidently walked up and I was like, I forgot my ID. Oops. And then we were at Walk Up Flames like birthday party or something.
Oh, you were there that night? Oh, damn, bro.
That's fun. That's probably before you guys knew each other because we didn't know each other yet.
No,
that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. She was there. Oh, you probably seen me there before too.
Probably. Yeah.
Because my favorite spot was on the speaker.
I was
sitting on the speaker, chilling, enjoying myself, watching people. I call it my people watch Porsche, man.
My people watching Porsche.
Yeah.
I love that.
What?
Ooh, all right, Ava, I have a question for you. Actually, I wanna hear like, kind of what you aspire to within your career of acting. Like, what is your end goal, or is there an end goal, or do you want to just keep climbing this mountain until there's no? I mean, I guess you can't really get to the top, and you just gotta keep going because it's such a lucrative industry.
I mean, everybody's first of all on a different path, and everybody's climbing a different mountain.
Okay.
Exactly.
So there's no comparison.
Yeah.
My answer to this question is always that I want to be creating good art, I want to be happy, and I want to be working.
Oh.
Whether I'm financially stable, I do not care. Like,
Respect.
I just want to make art and just not limit myself to one specific thing.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's why she's passionate about what you do. Everything you do, you put 110 into it, and you're very passionate about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying that in the end goal, everybody wants to be famous. Some people wants to be rich as fuck. And I'm listening to you right now. You just love the art so much. You don't really give a fuck about the money as much.
oh yeah.
Exactly.
No.
You just want to be out there entertaining people, put out good stuff, and be happy with what you put out.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. If I have
and if the money comes with it comes with it. But
exactly.
it's not a deal breaker.
Sometimes it does, but sometimes it also doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't.
That's part of any career almost in a lot of ways. Unless you're climbing that investment banking ladder. Ooh.
And bro, and not a lot of people can sit down and say, hey, listen, I love what I do. Not a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they hate their fucking job, bro.
Yeah.
They just go down and just collect a paycheck.
I mean, I felt really bad for that girl this morning at Target. She didn't like her job. There's no way. She didn't really like Wes and I either, though.
Okay. But then again, you don't know if she's a starving artist, like doing her thing at Target, like.
And, so.
But one of the things I always say too, if you decide to choose to do something, you might as well put 110% into it, because why would you do something? Get up in the morning. I'm sure she had to be at a certain time. Get up in your bed, and then from the time you get up in the morning, you start working.
Absolutely.
It may not be you may not get paid for that couple of hours, but if you know you're gonna get up in the morning and put on a uniform and come somewhere to like work, you might as well put in 110.
You might as well put in 110.
And don't waste your time.
And not waste your time. Yeah, and I mean, like, it's you're not always gonna have that stability too sometimes. So like you want to keep that stability in a lot of ways, which is important, I guess.
And when it comes to customer service, a lot of people don't know customer service. Like for instance, like yesterday, not to say shit, like I call a hair salon to get my hair done. I was like, you know what? One of your colleagues gave me your number to the shop, but she told me your name, but I can't remember your name. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
So I call. So I was like, in any respectable business, if someone called you and you're answering the phone, you're supposed to introduce yourself, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
I don't care if you were scared or whatever. Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you break the ice a lot of times. Yeah. Like there's people like for instance like me. I've been in this industry for so long. There's people that I've known, and I don't know, and they'll end up like giving up a lot of information that I don't really need. Mm-hmm. But you just have a warm heart to that person. That person might be having a
big
fuck up day.
Understanding heart.
Yeah, a bad day. Mm-hmm. But you just like sitting there and it's like, oh, hey, hi, how are you doing? My name is this, and that, and then you introduce yourself to that person. Yeah. That person like you can change their life. Yeah, you can change their day. So I was like on the phone. So I was like, you know what? I can't remember the name she gave to me. What's your name? She would not give me her name.
Oh, that's so weird. I wonder how long you guys went dark for. We'll have to see in post. In post, I consider myself to I'm becoming a pretty advanced editor.
Oh yeah. Big editor guy.
All right. Well, Ava, thank you so much for coming by and taking your time today, because we appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
We had fun.
Pleasure. Yeah.
We should do this again.
We should absolutely do it again.
I would love to.
I want to hear about your future endeavors that we can't speak about yet once they happen.
Absolutely.
A secret.
A secret.
Observerz Corner over and out.